Good morning, it's Ashley from simplyashes.com, and I'm here to show you another way to get your morning moves in. So wake up right away, step onto your floor from your bed and start moving. Remember, all animals move right when they wake up, so why should humans be any different? We're really gonna wake up this body, and today we're doing the spinal flexibility set, which in other words, we're moving our spine, our core. So much information is processed up and down the center line of the body, and especially in this core region, that we want to get it moving and going so that we're good with, the internal organs and core strength, which is the powerhouse to pretty much everything we do, walking, sitting, running, everything. So we'll start, you don't need a mat today. You can just use your floor. I don't have a mat today. So we're just going to start, I'll do it from the side view. Start with your feet together and your shoulders back, standing nice and tall. Take a couple deep breaths just to set yourself up here. Now next, inhale, let's reach the hands out to the side and up overhead, looking up. Exhale as you dive down, leading with the heart, opening the hands wide. Now add a little half lift, lengthen the body, some prep breath. Make your way back to plank pose by pressing the hands down, stepping back, your feet long. So plank pose or upper push-up, shoulders are stacked over the wrists, knees are drawn up, feet are about hip distance apart, and gaze forward in front of your fingers. That way you got yourself set up for a really strong base. Now press right back to downward facing dog, and press through the heels. So right away in the morning, take notice of how your down dog feels. Press opposite heel to the mat, bend the other knee. And first, let's warm up with a few push-ups so we can get into it. Shift back to that plank position, drop your knees down, and then hug your elbows to your rib cage as you lower, and then lift. And do about 3 or 4 of them. Exhaling on the way down, inhaling, lifting. That way we keep our shoulders safe and warm. Now tuck the toes under. Press back to that down dog again. Our first move of our spinal flexibility set, it doesn't even matter what it's called. We're going to shift ourselves forward. So look forward, bend your elbows, and slide forward to a floating upward facing dog. Notice the toes are still on the floor. And then press right back to down dog. Use your core to press the hips up high. Look forward again, bend the elbows, slide forward like you're pushing a marble, a very big marble, maybe a ball, forward with your nose. And one more time, just do 3 of them. Now from our down dog, our second move, we shift it forward. You can take the hands a little wider, feet a little bit wider. Make sure your body's totally flat. Take those hips side to side. And what this does is really get that core involved. We're sliding like we're sliding our hips across the table or the floor. Now press the ground away so you've got that filled out upper back. We're not collapsing in the shoulders. Now we've got 3 or 4 each direction, each side. Let's practice back to our downward facing dog. Now we add big circles. So down to the right, heels drop, hips descend, up dog to down dog. Just these huge little circles of the hips. Try to make them as big as possible. We're going to do 3 each direction. Other side. You'll notice already your wrist may start to get a little sore. Feel free to come down to your knees, take a break at any time, push pause. We're almost done on the wrist, at least in this series. Right, take the heels down, press back to down dog, drop the knees to the ground, cross the ankles and sit back. Simple. Now take the hands, you can shake them out. Then hands go behind the hips, fingers point towards the feet. Feet are hip distance apart. Press through the heels, bent knees, lift up those hips, low back glutes, let the head fall back, and open the chest, drawing the shoulders together. Few breaths. We come back down, we do it again. Take a little break. Sit up tall, again pushing through those heels, feel the hamstrings turn on, those glutes engaged, lift, open. you'll quickly feel the front of your chest, those shoulders start to stretch. Lower back down. One more time. Press back up. All right, lower back down. Now another transition, cross the ankles, roll forward, step yourself back to that plank position. This time push up or push down, lowering down all the way to your belly on the floor. Take the hands forward, feet together, legs engaged, knees draw together, so do the heels. Lift the upper body reaching, lift the lower body, squeezing. Shoulders away from the ears, gaze is forward. We're trying to keep those legs locked together to support the lower back. There's a lot of variation, so we'll go through a few of these with our back bend, back strengthening series. And then lower it down after a few breaths. Let's do one leg at a time. Reach back, find the right or left ankle. Keep the opposite hand forward and start to rise, lifting that knee off the floor, lifting the hand, reaching forward, pressing the foot into the hand, and keeping the knee in line with the hip. Lower that side down, switch sides, opposite hand forward, bend the other knee, grab top of the foot or ankle. First feel that quad stretch, and then rise, chest up, knee up. And it might look a little different than me here. Everyone's gonna be a little different. Every day is gonna be different. And bring it back down. Take a little rest for a moment. Woo! Now the big one. We're gonna bend both knees. Reach around, find the tops of the ankles of the feet, toes together, knees squeeze in so they're hip distance only, no wider. Then lift the chest, press the feet into the hands, and this might be where you are, or you start to lift higher. You'll start to feel this little rocking sensation as you take deep breaths in. And notice your neck should be in line with the spine. There's no hanging down, there's no cranking up. Just take your neck in a neutral position. And lower it down. Let's do that 2 more times. Keep grabbing the feet. Lift up, inhale. Right away, exhale, bring it down. One more time, lift up, inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Now release your feet, take the hands by your shoulders, push into hands and knees, and sit back into a child's pose. Rounding the back, dropping the belly between the knees, forehead to the ground. This is a good counter stretch. After all the back bends. Okay, let's finish this thing off. Let's shift forward, tuck the toes under again, lift the hips, press it high, downward facing dog. Gaze should be towards the toes. Should feel different already. Now just step to the top of your mat, taking the feet together, or the top of where you are, not your mat, wherever you are. Taking your head, shaking it out, forward fold, bend your knees. Everybody bend your knees nice and deep. Take hands to, I'm gonna turn to the side here. Take your hands to your opposite knees, lift up a little bit. As you inhale, it's a sharp inhale, open the arms, lift up to a wide position, and exhale, soft float down. It's gonna get you lots of good energy for the day. Inhale, lift. Leading with those wrists as you inhale. Exhale, float down. Inhale, sharp. Exhale. One more. Hands by your side. Relax. Finishing together. Take a big breath and reach up. Hands connect to the top. Draw them down to your heart. Thank you so much for practicing this with me today. Have a wonderful day, nice and energized. And I hope the rest of your day is just awesome. Namaste.